Hello everyone, it's Alani, your potato queen, here with a tutorial on posing. Now, I'm always looking for posing inspiration, so I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, but I couldn't find a single one that kind of helped with plus size posing, because it is a different world. Also, there weren't a lot about being a tall poser or a poser with a double chin, so I wanted to make a video and see if I can help you out with that. So there's going to be a video series, I think. There's going to be a one-on-one. I don't even know if you can see me from that part. I can hardly see myself. And then there's going to be sexy poses, cute poses, and strong poses. Now, all of my posing is female-centric or feminine-centric. So I don't have a lot of super masculine poses if you are cosplaying a guy, or if you are a guy cosplaying a guy, or if you were whatever you want cosplaying a guy. I don't have a lot of poses for those, but this is all about posing in more feminine cosplay or feminine ways. So, without further ado, let's start on the very, very basics, which is actually gonna be my face. Now, with cosplay, it's always easier if your photographer is above you, because it's much easier to look attractive. When they're shorter than you, it's easy to get this going on. So I will teach you both tricks for shorter photographers and if photographers are taller than you. So what you want to do when someone's shooting with you, don't look straight into their camera. You'll get cross-eyed. Look at the general whole lens if you want a really penetrating one. So say you were and my thing is I look through it, and usually that helps because I have a little bit of a lazy eye from my head injury I've mentioned a couple of times, and so it can kind of just go places if I don't really focus. And now what you want to do is you don't want to tilt your chin all the way up here, be looking at the sky, but you do want to cheat your chin up a little. So I was to hold my chin naturally, when I'm joshing around with my friends. It'd be like this. Just kind of soft, a little bit of this. Nothing really super striking. So what I do is I push it forward a little, and then tilt it up slightly. So you see that difference? Normal? Hey, what's up? How you doing? How about them Mets? I follow the sports. And then, photography. So you see, you can even see my neck muscles react. Alright. And then the second thing I do, you probably can't even see this, is right here there's a muscle, and this controls your jaw. When you talk, you feel it? I lift that by raising my eyebrows. So that's how I move my ears too. Yeah, you can't really even see it. But so what you want to do is chin, tighten these face muscles right here. And then usually that can help deliver a really good photo. And now let's say the best thing to do is just look in the mirror and practice your angles. Because for example, let's do the hand. I do not have a very good profile. It's just my nose is upturned too shortly. I don't have a nice, strong, defined chin. So generally, I try not to give profile pics. Also, I can't turn my neck very well. I can do this far on this side, and I can go this far on this side. So shots over the shoulder don't work very well for me, because my neck just disappears usually, and I just look not so great. So that's something you want to keep in mind, is your range of motion whenever you go to do a pose. So now, let's go to the photographer shorter than you. First of all, what I like to do a little is just cheat. Just slowly pinch this back. And now you see how I tucked my chin down slightly, but I didn't go like this. It's push forward, come down. So, like that. As you can see, it's still not ideal. Ideal is they're taller than you, but it's a good way to work around. And what you're going to have to do, because you're not psychic, you can't see yourself, is you have to test it out and do lots of little things, micro poses. So let's say you're shooting with a photographer. You're going to do this pose. Click, 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 click. So you change it up slightly. And you don't even have to do it that much. You can be click, 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 click. So the important thing is to make sure you have poses in mind and just feel your body move and do different things, because what could look amazing like this could look really jacked up like that. So sometimes it's just a matter of that really makes a difference, right? So those are some basics on facial. Tighten the muscles, Don't tuck your chin in, don't put your chin up. It's pull it forward and either tilt it down or tilt it up. And make sure you find your light, as Tyra says, and try to get it to reflect off of something nice. And practice in the mirror so you can learn your angles. So this is some real basic tips on face. So now let's go to full poses. Now it's really important to come into, if you're going to do a photo shoot, come into a few poses in mind. The photographer should be able to suggest things to you, but it should never be their job to tell you everything what to do. Don't ever go into a photo shoot and be like, I don't know what to do. Because it's happens sometimes, but it's really not good, and it's not the photographer's job to teach you. So these are very few basic poses if you're a plus size cosplayer. Now, you do need to adjust them according to your body type. Because I'm an hourglass, some people are pears, some people are apples. So I do poses that really emphasize my waist. Because there is a 12-inch difference between my bust and the waist, and even more when I wear my push-up bras and that, dinky little sports bra. But so, the standard, of course, hands on the hip, whatnot. But this is really just isn't cutting it. What I like to do is bring my hands forward a little, really emphasizes the difference in my waist, pop this hip up, like this. So I'll take a picture like this, take a picture like this, and then I'm going to practice throwing the shoulders back. And then, so even though this is just one pose, look at all the differences there are. Booty, this hip up, this hip up. So yeah, there's a lot you can do. Just remember, these are your sides. Cheat your hands forward a little. Some people do fists. I don't like fists. It looks a little unnatural to me. I like to do this. A little more loosey-goosey. When you are posing, remember not to pick your shoulders up to your ears. This is not attractive unless you're doing the mash. The monster mash. Remember to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed and dropped. So even this is where my shoulders normally sit, kind of a little high up because I got tension. Still drop. Drop them down. And now the biggest thing to remember about posing when you're doing feminine posing is you want dynamics. You want to make interesting points. A straight line is usually not interesting unless you're juxtaposed to other crazy stuff. So generally you want to make yourself into really interesting angles that the camera will like. And so, I did hands on the hips. And so, another good one is if you're a little self-conscious about this area, the belly, where that likes to hang out. It's called cheating, or it's one of the many parts of cheating. But you cheat the photographer, so put a foot forward, take your little belly, tuck it back a little like you're sitting, like that. Because of the foreshortening, this part of your body that's leaning towards the photographer is going to look closer and the bottom part of your body is going to look smaller. So that is some basics there. Another basic people do is, foot in the air. And so there's two ways you can do it. If you have really bad balance, you go to you and the photographer can be like, hey, can you give me a count? Tell me when you want me to go on my foot. And they'll be like, oh, I'll count to 3. And so you get yourself ready, lift your chin, shoulders back, listen to their count, and then step, kick. Now, if you have good balance, what I like to do is I plant my foot, wiggle, pop my knees, get all ready, drop my shoulders, chin, slowly go into it, and then. Now, this is a really great workout for your core, actually. So when you do a lot of photo shoots, you tend to be tired by the end of the day. But yeah, so I like to get this back like here, and then tilt it up, so nice and cute. And then if I can, I put my arm here, because I get a little fat roll right there, and I like the smoothness. So just kind of a little fat roll with a hand. And then, so that's some fun things you can do there. Now, remember, half the cool part of a photograph could be negative space. A negative space is, the spaces between your limbs as you pose. Sometimes that can be just as interesting as your pose itself. So sometimes, I like to make large amounts of negative space because it's interesting. Pat your head, rubber belly. That's not one. Yeah, those are some basics. I hope that was informative. I didn't go super in because, you know, there are sexy poses, cute poses, and all sorts of other tricks. But I just want to give you a basic overview and maybe help you get some ideas for how you'd like to pose. But yeah, if you have any questions below or any suggestions or anything you want me to cover, let me know, because I'd be more than happy to do it for you. Other than that, I hope you have a really great rest of the week. And remember, please be safe. Bye.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, or even subscribe. You know, if you're cool or something, because this channel is totally only for cool kids. Who am I kidding? Just be safe out there, okay, guys? Bye!